So some final words from ISCA, myself as my last duties as ISCA president for this term. So I had noted these were the countries that had hosted interspeech in the past, and moving forward, we can now add the Czech Republic as our newest addition to the club of interspeech countries that have held the conference. So we're very happy to check Czech Republic off. Okay, and then we should keep the clapping more, but that's okay. Okay, so moving forward then next year, Korea, then we'll have Ireland and Israel, and they'll be saying a little bit more this evening in the closing ceremony, so we'll move forward. Okay, so Israel, Dublin, Ireland, and Seoul, South Korea. So, somehow I'm going wrong. So the three are actually presenting the future interspeeches. Are they going up now? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I apologize. I thought I was just giving my part. Okay, so these are the three next interspeeches. So historically, for the closing ceremony, we usually ask someone to say a few words on what to expect for the upcoming interspeech. So first, we'll ask for interspeech 2024, which will take place in Jerusalem.
Hi, I'm Itshak. I assume that most of you don't know me. Maybe until 2024 you will. And I want to thank Sharon Ganot and all the committee members that allow it. And John told me that I have a lot of time, so I can all of this to say to you. Sorry?
You have 10 seconds.
Okay, goodbye.
He said he had a 30-minute presentation to go, but go ahead. Itshak, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I hope to be the last to, because it's the first time and I don't know what to say, to hear another one and to repeat it, but I will improvise a little bit. So we want to welcome you who are now in the hall and virtually to come to visit Israel. Very nice place, and we will try to do our best, and we will learn from the mistakes of the previous groups and provide our own mistakes for the next, of course. And I think we will do well. Yeah. So, and you see, it's a very nice picture of Jerusalem, but it's not the best. If you want to see the best, please come to Israel and see the best of Jerusalem, a city of very ancient history, not 500 years or 100 years, much more. A center of several religions. I don't remember which one, but yes, there are several. So you can come and see and surface. Israel and Jerusalem is a place of immigration and for natives, so a lot of sea, culture, ancient things, new things, technology, a lot of variants of food, cheap street food and tasty from one side, very expensive food from another side, but I don't know the taste. I'm from academy, not from startups or things like this. And Israel, it's a very small country, so you can travel, different climate, hot on the north, very hot on the south, different places, green on the north, and very colorful desert on the south. I think the chairs of this conference can say in advance of things in Israel. They've been there, and I hope to see you all there. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, I have to run to catch wife and train, and I don't want to catch only 1 out of 2.
Okay, thanks. Excellent. So next, Interspeech 2023.
Hi, I think we have a couple of slides, so maybe, I think it's 3 of them. Should I control that?
Usually
or?
control it.
Yeah, okay, then I'm coming up.
So the problem here is that I don't know if they're actually put into the same slide deck. I only have 1 slide. Do you have multiple slides?
It was 3, I think. Okay, I'll improvise.
You might improvise, because I only have 1 slide here. I don't have the others.
Try to put the next one, John.
Yeah, the next one's going to
Okay.
to Seoul.
You don't have 3 slides.
Oh my goodness. Also improvise a little bit. So it's a privilege and an honor to, represent the team for Interspeech 2023, which will be held in Dublin, Ireland. And as you can see on the 1 slide that we have, it's a beautiful place to go, as probably many or most or all of you have already expected. Water plays a certain role in the city, so there is the River Liffey, but the Irish Sea is very close. It's a place of hospitality. It's a place where hospitality plays a big role in the culture. I know that from first-hand experience. I'm not one of the local teams, so maybe I should say a little bit about the local team members. It's really, really amazing that they put up together a team that represents also the speech activities in Dublin and in Ireland from the 3 major universities there. So Trinity College Dublin, Dublin City University, and University College Dublin. And they're really already doing a lot of work to prepare, to get prepared, to thoughts about the social programs already being discussed. There will be music, I'm very, very sure. There will definitely be a lot of music. It will be hard to beat the music that I listened in the course of this conference and in Vienna and in other places. So music always played a great role. But beware, I think Dublin will be another sensational occasion with respect to music. I'm representing also the TPC committee. We are 3 of us, and I must admit that when I was approached first by the local organizers, Naomi Harte and Julie Bernsen, whether I would be part of the TPC, I would serve as TPC chair, I was a bit reluctant, but when then they told me who else was in the team, like Simon King and Kate Nill, I immediately said, okay, I'll do it. Because I think probably all of you know them from many ISCA activities, from many, many interspeeches, and they're dedicated to the community, they're dedicated to the science and technology, and they're great colleagues, of course. And I think we will manage to devise a great program as well and come up with good criteria to make an optimal selection for the entire community. I'm not sure I'm looking forward to the task, but I'm definitely looking forward to Interspeech in Dublin. Thank you.
Thank you. So I've been to Dublin several times, and they do have this one place called the Storehouse, if you've been there. It's called the Guinness Storehouse, so it's a very interesting place. If you want to know, Guinness was the first company worldwide that gave its employees paid vacation because they recognized that employees that had time off were happier and more productive. So that is an indication of the quality of life in Dublin. Right? So. Okay, moving on to the team that probably is a little bit more nervous than these previous 2 teams, and that's Interspeech 2022. And I think Hanseok is online. Hanseok, yes, I can see you there. Hanseok, we're going to play the video. Do you want to say a few words before the video?
Just maybe a couple of words. I am very much honored to welcome to the next year's InterSpeech in Korea. A place is called Songdo, or a city called Incheon, Korea. And I'll be very honored to prepare this actually with our own John Hansen. You're sort of like stepping down from the president, but we're just feel so much happy that you'll be working with us. And so we'll be working, preparing for this next year's InterSpeech. I think as all these signs all indicate with all the vaccinations, we're going to probably have, and with all our prayers, close to about 100% in-person meeting. And I think for that, I'm just very much excited about that, to have everybody being able to see each other in person. So I think without further ado, maybe we should play the video and show how exciting this place, Incheon, is going to be next year.
So Hanseok has a second career as a famous actor in Korea. So you'll see it in the video here.
Welcome to Korea. I'm Hanseok, General Chair of InterSpeech 2022. This is Incheon Airport, the first gateway to meet Korea. We, the organizers, are now ready to take off. So let's take a look at the conference preview. I'm passing over Incheon Bridge to head for the conference venue, Songdo Convention. It is located 30 kilometers away from the Incheon Airport. There are more than 3,000 available hotel rooms around Songdo Convention. Songdo offers you a variety of local and international cuisines, as well as traditional Korean restaurants. Songdo Convention has 35 meeting rooms and grand ballroom accommodating over 3,000 delegates. As a green mind city, Songdo has easy access to nearby facilities, such as Central Park, shopping malls, and art center. Now let me talk about what the organizers have prepared for you. We'll have you experience all Korean things, such as Korean house, Hanseok, Korean food, Hanseok, Korean costume, Hanbok, Korean language, Hangul, and of course, K-pop. Conference theme is Human and Humanizing Speech Technology. The conference features focus on diversity, localization, digital technology, and environmentally friendly operation. We, the organizers, will work diligently together to prepare and welcome 2,500 speech science and speech technology professionals to Incheon. I'm thrilled to see the COVID vaccines being rapidly distributed around the world. It is very hopeful at this point in time that we'll be able to see you in person at InterSpeech 2022. We are ready to welcome you here with Korean hospitality. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in Incheon.
Thank you very much, Hanseok. So we'll keep moving forward. A couple of more things just from the ISCA perspective. One of the things that we really are truly indebted to are our industry sponsors. ISCA is a nonprofit organization. We literally just have one employee. Everyone else is a volunteer that commits their time to make sure that we move the society forward. And with the generous sponsorship from these industrial partners, It allows the registration costs, especially for students, to be kept down. And we greatly appreciate all your support. And we hope that you've seen that there's an enormous return on that investment with maybe hiring many of the students that are graduating from our various institutions. So thank you very much for your sponsorship. Next, I apologize. Sebastian Muller normally would have been here presenting, but I'm speaking on his behalf because he had to make a connection today. We do have a number of board members that are completing their second-year term. So Kate Nill, Mark Hezegawa Johnson, Hima Murthy, and Gerard Bailey are all finishing their terms. And we wanted to express our sincere thanks to them for all of the work they've done in their terms. There's a lot of work that Mark has done in terms of ensuring that we have balanced budgets and get things paid. Kate, although it's listed as secretary, she is the brain trust for ISCA in terms of all the bylaws and keeping us on track with all the logistics that's necessary for the board meetings and so forth. Gerard, his outreach effort on the special interest groups and all the workshops have really kept a lot of students as well as teams moving forward in the last 2 years with COVID-19. And Hima Murthy had an instrumental role in interspeech in Hyderabad and also contributed on the technical committee and the geographical regional committee. So thank you, all four of you, for your contributions, 3 of which are not in person. So we do have gifts for you, which will be sent to you physically, I guess. So one round of applause for the 4 people that are finishing the term. Okay, moving next forward. I guess I already announced that our next president is Sebastian Muller, and he brings great energy and enthusiasm and great experience to the president's position. He and Meg Zeller were the 2 that oversaw the conference committee for a number of years, and he will now be stepping in and leading our organization here starting yesterday, technically. So Sebastian, I know, will do an outstanding job and will have the great support both from the board and I know from the membership of ISCA. So thank you. All right. One of the things that we'd like to do, at least from ISCA, is just to kind of recap where we've been this past week. And the organizers have been running on full steam, literally, I guess, for quite some time to make this successful. In terms of what has been accomplished, 963 papers were presented, 6 tutorials, 1,964 registered attendees is the count that I had, 354 in person and 1610 that were remote. In addition to that, we recognized 8 new ISCA fellows that have made substantial contributions to the field of both science, technology, and we recognized them in the opening ceremony. In addition to that, 4 keynote speakers that gave excellent talks this week for the conference. The Student Activities Committee, the SAC, has been very active as well. That included Students Meet Experts, a student mentoring and doctoral consortium. We also had the Young Women's program that Meg had presented earlier, and also several diversity events to support our commitment to expanding and supporting all forms of diversity for our society. And finally, we recognized the ISCA Service Medal Award to Martin Cook for his sustained and long-term commitment to communications and supporting the ISCA archives. And finally, the ISCA Scientific Medal presented to Herman Ney for his long-term commitments and contributions to the field of automatic speech recognition and machine translation. So a round of applause, I guess, to all the folks that have been involved this week. Okay? So moving forward, it always takes a team to make sure something is successful. So I'd like to recognize the general chairs and the technical program chairs, and we have some small gifts for each of them. So I'm going to attempt to try and get them up here. I'm picking up one at a time, so we're going to go with Lori, if Lori is here. Yeah, I can dive over this. So Lori, as being on the technical chair, you've been outstanding. You've been a voice that has consistently given us highest quality in the program. So thank you very much for all you did.
Thank you very much.
So I apologize. My check is really, really bad. Peter Modlikek. Sorry. Thank you very much. And the lead person who probably has lost, normally in COVID you tend to put on a few pounds. I think Lucas has probably lost a third of his body weight in everything he's done. But Lucas, thank you very, very much for leading the technical team.
It was just 10 kilo at maximum when I measured it.
So you haven't gained any weight?
No, 10 kilo less right now.
See, it was true. So now you know you got to actually eat your energy bars before you come up here. The next person is Hinnik Hermansky. Hinnik, we got to give you something because you're an inspiration, man. So we thank you everything for you done. Normally when you're taking on the role of general chair, people want to run the other way, but somehow you run towards it. So really, really good job. We just outstanding in all the work you've done. So thank you very much. And we've got one more. So, Hansa, this is for you. Now, normally, it is heavy, yes. And fortunately, you don't have to travel far to bring it home. You know, bring it on a plane. But there are many things that have to get done. And you know, when you organize a conference, what you don't see are all the little things that need to get done behind the scenes. And it means somebody has to pay attention to that. You did. And the ability to move from an in-person conference to a hybrid, which is literally running 2 different conferences at the same time, is unimaginable. We've never done it, and I see very, very few conferences that have been successful, and you were able to pull it off. I know you have a supportive, outstanding team behind you. I can see that. But a lot of the credit needs to go to you for everything you've done. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I think I'm moving forward here. Okay, I also wanted to say, when I was noting here, when you're looking at the team behind the team, you normally just assume that everything gets done. When you're looking at whether the slides or whether the lighting or whether the recording, think about, you know, if you're hired as a team to do an in-person conference, and then you have to switch to being able to support dual access, where 2/3 or 3/4 of the people are accessing it online. That's an enormous challenge, and most organizing support companies don't do this. So I'd like to recognize Romana and the Garant team for just an unbelievable support for this conference. And before I do, I want to say one more thing. if we could somehow figure out how to put your entire team on a plane to Korea, to Dublin, Ireland, and to Jerusalem, we would love to do that, because this team worked in the most cohesive way I've ever seen, addressing everything. So we do have a gift for you. Okay. Okay, so normally I would now just say we're going to end, but, and I know Hansen will be a little mad, I know he's going on, but I've got to say there's one other person that I want to recognize. Serving as president for 4 years, there's always somebody that has provided support, not just for me, but for the board in everything she does. And so I want to recognize Manu. Manu is the person, when you signed up for your ISCA registration, she's the one that makes sure it gets done. When you look at all the databases, when you look at everything that comes up, all the complaints go to her, and every time I interact with her, she's always smiling. But I know she's addressing countless issues, and she always does it in a positive way. So thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to be done quickly here. Hansen would be happy to see me off the stage here. Closing thoughts here. All right, we hope you enjoyed your experience here at InterSpeech, the first truly hybrid InterSpeech. History, the music, the dancing, culture, all the environment, both in-person and virtual, that made Bruno. So this is a phenomenal experience, and I hope you also learned, engaged, and inspired others in your work here. So. I will end by saying have a safe and healthy period until hopefully we see you all in Incheon, South Korea. Thanks.